When Red Shane's East ended the longest All-Star game on record with a homer, they gave it all to the National League. When he grew up, he would hit 7 feet. He would also become one of the highest scoring players in basketball history.
Sasha very, very well. The man, the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch and Sasha out. Penalty flag on the play. Pass is caught. That's Ingold, the fullback, for the touchdown, but a flag is down.
Absolutely fantastic.
Rebound. Oh! Did you see that? One of the saves of the year from Marc-Andre Fleury.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. I am Aaron Phillips, and of course, joining me here on the dais, not the days, but the dais, Mr. Scott Hosey himself. How are you, sir?
Good. How about you, sir?
You know what? It's Saturday. And you know what? Happy Father's Day before we forget. This is our Happy Father's Day edition.
Sure it is.
How's that? And we'll bring that up at the end. But Happy Father's Day to everybody out there, whether you're a mother who's a father who's a father, doesn't matter. Happy Father's Day to each. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
And to Aaron, our producer, and to our guest. I don't know if he has kids or not.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, there you go. Happy Father's Day. And to myself, because I too am a father. Most people think I'm a mother, but that's a whole different story.
You're mother to all of us.
I am. Anyway, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. As always, please reshare the feed. Let your friends know that we are on with some great information. Start your own watch party. That's even better. And of course, you can always send us a tweet as you see live right now on the screen. Just simply go to Twitter. Put your message in there using hashtag PPSC Live, Power Play Sports Collectibles Live, PPSC Live. Your message will come up. Of course, we're all monitoring the chat rooms, or better yet, give us a call, 702-329-6947. If you're out of the country, not that we can ship to you right now, but that's okay. We'll still love to hear from you. 855-502-4321. Chief says Happy Father's Day to us as well. So
I forgot to put the hashtag PPSC Live, so it didn't show up.
Oh, that's okay. Well, during the break, you
I'll
put it
learn.
out there. That's okay. Anyway, hey, let's just tell everybody before we get started who our guest is, and then we'll get into, we have a guest today in studio.
Yes, Marcel Bylock. He will be here in just a few minutes. He's over on the casting couch.
Right on.
Getting comfy. But we'll have him here talking about sports cards, collectibles. He is an expert. When it comes to all the new products and, you know, the hype of the sports card industry, he is an expert. I've known him for almost 20 years. He did have a shop for about 15, and he is still very influential in the sports card collectible business.
Absolutely.
Where I kind of do more of the sports memorabilia and things of that nature, the signings. I know a little bit, but this guy is a wealth of knowledge.
Well, what I like, you know, I've learned this over the years of interviewing.
Did I do that right, Marcel?
Did you?
Okay.
Did you?
He paid me well.
I was just going to say, did he read it the way you told him to?
Yes,
The way
exactly.
you wrote it? What I love reading the link that you sent me.
Absolutely.
Over all the years of interviewing, meeting people do things for reasons, why they start doing certain things, and the story behind how and why he even got started doing this is a great, heartwarming story, which hopefully we'll get into a little bit when he joins us here on the dais. All right. So, what do we got to get started here, sir?
Well, first of all,
something's going on in a couple of hours.
I have my 1-year anniversary over at the Boulevard Mall. Actually, about 3 weeks late, but due to the COVID issues that we're experiencing, we pushed it off. Today, starting at 11 o'clock, right when we open, we will be doing drawings, giveaways. We have 2 special autograph guests starting at 12 noon to 2 o'clock.
There you go.
Yep, there it is up on the screen. I've got Ricardo Rodriguez from the WWE, and I've got Jeff Cobb, who is Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, you name it. Actually, also AEW. He is part of the inner circle now of AEW. So they will both be signing free autographs. Free. Come down, get your 1 free autograph. Look at this. And if you don't have your own item, we do have 8x10s for purchase. Unfortunately, we're not going to do photo ops because of the social distancing, but, be fully aware that come down and enjoy yourself.
Now, is there any guidelines people have to follow because of the COVID and all that?
Right. The mall still has the 6-foot social distancing, 50% occupancy, which I don't think we're going to hit because the boulevard is quite big. Masks are optional, but I encourage you wear them. If you're sick, please stay at home.
Oh, yes.
We will have autograph photos later, things of that nature. I'll hook you up. If you want to have a friend drop off your item, we'll get it signed for you, things like that. But don't come down if you're sick. And the best thing that I've always mentioned, be courteous to one another. We're going through some trying times right now, and things are changing as we speak. So please, if you're coming down, enjoy yourself, be courteous to one another.
Absolutely.
And just have fun.
Now, icing on the cake, at 2 o'clock, we have something going on, too. I didn't see it here in the beginning. You may have it somewhere else, but live.
Oh, it's
remote.
in there.
It's in there.
It's in there, about the 4th bullet down, because I want to let the people know we're also going to do a live remote starting at 2 o'clock.
That's right. It's going to be a combo show.
Combo show of 2 shows we do together. This
Which
show,
you and I are both both.
Power Play Sports Collectibles, and TCA, which is Thoughts Count Anywhere. We're just going to do a roaming chat with people, talk to our autograph guests who are both wrestlers, walk around the mall. It's going to be more of a informational show for the Boulevard, Power Play, and also TCA.
Whatever businesses we decide to walk into. Plus, to add a little sparkle to the festivities, we have a couple of premier showgirls coming down to...
Power Play has its own showgirls.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
I will be in the boa thing.
Oh,
okay.
I do not want to see you with the feathers. I do not want to see you in the hat.
Exactly. So. But also, we're giving away 6 Raider gift baskets.
Okay.
Sequest was nice enough to give us 12 passes that will be randomly in the gift baskets. We got 2 Golden Knights gift baskets. We also got gift certificates that will be given out. There's going to be a prize sheet when we're going to do the drawings. All you have to do is fill out a little card, drop it in the bin. We have disposable pencils there for you. We'll be sterilizing the store, wiping things down. So don't be afraid to come out. If you are, I'm sorry. It's your choice, and we'll see you when you feel better about things.
That's all.
Absolutely.
No question.
Some other news real quick. July 10th through the 12th, we did have a sports card collectibles show that was scheduled at the Boulevard that has, I don't like to say the word canceled because it's been postponed.
Right. Rescheduled.
And it's actually looking at being pushed back to August 14th through 16th.
Now, is that the one that Davari was supposed to be at that we were promoting?
No. Davari will be, absolutely. I see what you're saying.
Because that was July 11th.
July 11th, Sean Davari of the WWE and TNA Impact Wrestling will be signing autographs. What I want to do is people, if they're still planning on coming down, we're going to have an in-store autograph session.
Okay.
Because
so that is still going on.
That is still going on.
Gotcha.
So we're going to have him doing the signing there. So July has been postponed. August 14th through 16th is now a go currently. Things can change.
Card subject to change.
Yes, absolutely. My buddy over at Max Pawn has Henry Ruggs III of the Raiders signing autographs on June 28th.
Where's Max Pawn located?
On Sahara.
Sahara and Jones.
I have not been there in a few, personally, but I've known him from past businesses and things like that. And
it's on the northeast corner behind the 7-Eleven, right there. When you pull in, 7-Eleven.
I'll believe you. Yep.
Max Pawn is right there.
And one of the Las Vegas. I keep saying I want to say Los Angeles or Oakland still, but one of the Las Vegas Raiders will be there.
A newbie,
A newbie,
right?
His first draft.
Yeah,
pick. Yeah,
absolutely.
So with that being said, that's what we got going on today and in the future for events. We can take a breather and we can go to our commercial here if we'd like.
All right, you are watching what's our show? What show are we on now? Power Play Sports
Yes.
Collectibles. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we got a lot going on, a lot to talk about, a lot of stuff to show you in the world of collectibles, as well as our guests will be joining us on the other side of the break.
Yep.
That's Scott. I'm Aaron. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall. Hey, welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectibles. I am Aaron Phillips with Scott Hosey, who is the man behind Power Play Sports. And we got a lot going on at the mall, which we'll recap later on. But first, why don't you introduce who's joined us here on the dais?
Marcel Bilac
Hey,
is
what's
here
up,
with
fellas?
me. Yes, I've known Marcel now for, I'd say, close to 20 years. We both have kids the same age because both the wives were pregnant about the same time.
That's right.
And
I know, it makes you wonder, right?
But no, Marcel's been a great guy. I've known him before he owned a sports card store here in town, and I've known him after. We've remained friends. As you know, I'm Switzerland to everybody. I get along. And Marcel's one of the good guys in the industry, and he owned a store here. We might talk about it, we might not, but in that regard, he is a wealth of knowledge in the sport. He would go to the seminars from Topps, Upper Deck. He'd go to the National.
Sure.
You know, I was on the board of the National for 6 years. That was my years in purgatory. But, you know, he's been influential, especially here in Las Vegas. Marcel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you. Real honor to be here.
Yeah,
It's a great show.
He's got a great voice for radio, that deep tone. He's got a good voice for radio
Maybe
or podcasting or
He should
show.
do his own show.
I'll be a regular.
There
That's
you
okay.
go.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'll give you my hourly rate in a
Yes.
bit, all right?
Send that to my attorney. We'll see.
So, Marcel, before we start talking sports cards and collectibles, you sent me the link of the charity and your history that, to believe it or not, I really didn't know much about. I knew about
Okay.
your family and, you know, the tragedies and things like that. But the backstory is impressive. And, you know, Aaron and I were talking about it before you got here, mentioned it shortly. So tell us about that.
Well, so, you know, are we talking just about the charity part or just the
You
history
start
or-
wherever you want to.
Well, so, okay.
And your love for the industry, too. I mean, that's...
Yeah. I love telling the story. You know, I moved to Las Vegas when my mother was sick with cancer, and she passed away. She passed away pretty young. She was 55, and it was pretty unexpected, her young passing. But so I moved here, and I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't have a lot to do, and I had been a baseball player growing up, and I know you can relate to that.
Yep.
And bound for goodness, right?
We all work.
But so I lost my way, and I found myself again when I was here in Vegas. And so I was looking for something to do. I started watching the Dodgers. I hadn't watched baseball in, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And that was the year that Beltre hit, gosh, I think he hit like 48 home runs. But it actually ended up being the year that the Dodgers had the most comeback wins after the seventh inning in the history of Dodger baseball. But so I hadn't watched baseball in like 20 years. This is super exciting, right?
Sure,
Like,
sure.
imagine watching a game and 1 out of every 3 games you watch,
Comeback
your team
victory.
comes back to win,
Right,
right?
absolutely.
So, super exciting. I fell in love with Beltre.
No. he and I talk all the time about Adrian. Future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Most people, when I say I fell in love with Beltray, they think it's literal. So
And don't mess with his hair. He doesn't like having his. Is he the one that doesn't like having his hair?
doesn't like his head to be
Right.
touched.
Exactly. Okay.
But anyways, they had Sean Green on the team. They had Adrian Beltray at that time. Juan Encarnacion was a big player, but so I kind of honed in on him because he was the one hitting the home runs, leading the comeback wins.
Sure.
And I ended up walking into a sports card shop, and that was the old Sports and More. And
Dave and Bob Byer.
that's
Yep,
right,
we've
Dave
all
and Bob
been-
Byer,
yep.
and that's how I got to know you
Yep.
through that connection. But my chiropractor was right next door to that shop, and I walked
Small world.
Absolutely.
right. I walked in looking for an Adrian Beltray rookie card, and from that one idea, I had never collected sports cards as a kid. From that one idea of, hey, let me find a rookie card for this guy because it's next door to the chiropractic shop,
Right.
shop I went to.
You were hooked.
I was hooked, and I started doing card shows.
Yep.
with
Here,
you.
I'm the problem child here.
Yeah, you
It's your
started.
fault. It's your fault.
Well, you know what? You say it's your fault. Have you guys seen that meme online where it's got Puig and he's got his hands up and it says "Me buying sports cards"?
Yes.
Wait, have you seen it?
I have not.
So
I have
wait,
not.
it's got Puig like this, and
Okay.
it says "Me buying sports cards."
There you go.
And then it's got the Red Sox picture, and he's got his glove up in the air, and he's about to slam it on the floor because he just gave up a home run.
Right.
And it says, "My wife watching me
You
buy
buy
sports
sports cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that
So
idea.
you did start that, man.
Yes, I did,
if
I
my
guess.
wife is listening. He's the problem.
I'm the
That's
problem
right.
child.
Send your emails to Scott at, and you can claim all your stuff. So how did you start your business behind this? I mean, obviously you fell in love again with the sport. Beltray just kind of locked it in for you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about now how your business started morphing and how you got so deep into the collectibles and whatnot, the knowledge that you have.
Well, so what I didn't know when I went to that shop is what I found out immediately after opening a box of cards. And so for those of you that have never opened a box of cards, I was in that shop, I opened a box of cards, and I pulled an Albert Pujols autograph. And the guys at the shop explained to me, that card is worth X amount of dollars. I think it was like 250.
Wow.
I turned to them, I said, so this card is worth more than what I paid for the box?
Wow.
And that's when all these lights go on for most of us that got
Yes.
into this business, right? By the way, it doesn't work like that
No,
most
right,
of the time.
exactly. Well, that is one thing Scott always reiterates during the show is that doing this is not an investment; it's a hobby, right?
It's a hobby. People do make money
Sure,
at it.
sure.
But for the average customer, they should really take it as a hobby and enjoy it like Marcel did.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned into a business very similar to me. I was a Steve Garvey fan,
Mm-hmm.
being a Dodger fan growing up here. And, one thing led to another, shoebox, desk drawer, closet,
Yep.
bedroom, and then the garage. And it just exploded from there. Yeah, my mom did the same thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's what gets a lot of us. That's part of it. That's part of what gets us
Sure.
interested in it. The idea that, hey, I can find the next greatest thing in this box of cards,
Right,
or
right.
It's gambling.
It's
Gambling
kinda
for gambling for kids.
But so how did it turn into a business, you asked me? And so I just decided, I said, I love the Dodgers. I love watching Beltray play. I love the idea of, hey, I can open up a box of cards and possibly get the next best Dodger rookie or the next or the up-and-coming star that his card's worth more than the box. These aspects of it led me to start doing shows with Scott.
Yep.
And as I started doing shows with Scott, and those were great shows back then at the Boulevard Mall. Where's your show now?
It's at Boulevard. We've circled back, but
No.
we had Boulevard, we had Galleria.
Galleria.
We had Riviera, everything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a lot longer.
35 years now.
Jeez.
He's the real pro. I mean, he's the real pro. But so I started doing card shows, and the next evolution of that is to have your own shop.
Sure.
And I just, that's what I did. I immediately started doing card shows and immediately started planning to open my own shop.
Right on. Hey, I want to remind everybody, you are currently watching us for the most part on Facebook, but you have other options, of course. You can go watch us on Twitter, Periscope, Instagram. Our YouTube channel, Twitch now, GoLiveVegas.com, as well as the mobile app that you can take us on the go with. So you could, depending upon your flavor of the week, pick up whatever particular app you want to use and take us with you on the go.
So Marcel, tell us about the charity. I mean, in your little bio you sent us, you talked about a charity. Let our listeners, viewers, I keep saying listeners because we're not just a podcast, we're a TV studio.
That's right, our show.
Yes.
This is our show. That's right.
And tell us about the charity. I thought that was very intriguing.
Okay, yeah. So you didn't know anything about that?
I did not
Okay.
know, and I apologize for that.
No. It's all good. So my mother passed away, and then I had a friend of mine pass away from lung cancer. So interesting enough, my mother passed away from lung cancer. My friend passed away from lung cancer, and then my father passed away from lung cancer.
Jeez.
So if you don't know, the recovery, the possibility of recovery from lung cancer is very meek. And I just decided that after my father passed, I wanted to do something good. I happen to be one of those people that likes doing good, likes doing good for people, likes doing good. And I was looking for a way to do good and help people. And I thought to myself, I said, they suffered so much in their passing, and it's such a horrible way to go. And I had just had my kids.
Yep.
And I said, the biggest tragedy in life would be to have a child go through what my parents went through. And I thought about those two connected at that moment because my kids had just been born not so long ago. And I decided that I wanted to give to St. Jude's.
Yes.
And I opened up an eBay store, and on the side, while I had my shop, I had another eBay store and another outlet where everything I would list there, part of the proceeds would go to St. Jude's. Interesting enough, I tried to get my store branded by St. Jude's and turn my whole store into a St. Jude's outlet, but the corporate entry level for something like that, I think at the time was $250,000 donation per year.
Jeez.
And so, I couldn't do that.
Sure.
But I was prepared to turn the whole store into a charitable organization.
Well, the fact that you did what you did speaks volumes right
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely. Hey, by the way, I have to correct myself in the haste of getting all of our platforms out and let everybody know where we're at. I said GoLiveVegas.com. It is not that is not the website. It's GoLive.Vegas is the website, but the app is Go Live Vegas.
And you can download the app on
Androids and
Android and iPhones, yep.
and Apple products. So take us on the go. Anyway, I had to correct that. Otherwise, our producer would not let me out of the studio today. So
there he is. Yeah, he's playing with the audio and video right now. And
I know, right? Exactly.
In the teleprompter, we get a thank you.
Right.
Okay. Did we do that right? Okay.
My voice will sound like wah, 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 if I didn't change it. So anyway, I'm sorry.
Marcel,
Yes.
you and I talked the other day on the phone about internet sales and the industry booming right now. And I've spoken on the show now for about 4 weeks since, the COVID thing. People are buying sports collectibles for, holy smokes, we got
The
blasted.
ghosts are back.
The ghosts are back here. Yeah.
Now announcing Bob Shepard.
But the industry has just absolutely started booming. And tell us about your feelings about that.
You know what? You can't quite put your finger on it.
No.
So, as you know, the stock market, collectibles, real estate, here in America, we've been on, I think it's the longest stretch without retraction, okay? Without economic retraction that we've ever had. So following the crash, we've been on this upward growth spectrum.
We have a phone call. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
yeah,
but we actually have
please.
a call coming in. I know who it is. Thank you for calling, Chief. Welcome to Power Play Sports Collectibles. How are you this morning?
Good morning, sir. How are you today? Happy Saturday, and if you're a father, happy Father's Day.
Right on. Thank you very much, and to you as well. I know you have a question. Thank you for taking on my suggestion. This question is for you, Marcel.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chief.
Good morning, gentlemen. Marcel, quick question to you. I know that you're listening. You're a big Adrian Beltre fan. Does he go into the Hall as a Dodger? Does he go into the Hall as a Texas Ranger?
You know what? That's a big question.
That's why I wanted him to call in and ask.
He and I have had this conversation.
Or does he go in as a Boston Red Sox?
All right, so let me tell you this first. I have a pretty good relationship with him. And I was on the phone with him about 2 months ago. And I asked him that question. And so...
Chief, turn down your volume in the background, Chief.
So I did ask him the question, and he just flat out told me that he's not letting anyone know what he's going to do. I think he's going to go in as a Ranger. I mean, I don't know if you're that player, and sure, the Dodgers, he has a
Marketability with the Dodgers, obviously.
Well, and
Yes, sir.
I don't know that he's gonna. He makes his decisions. He's such a great, genuine person. I think he makes the decisions based on what he wants, not so much the marketability of it. I think he's going to make it based on where his heart is, if I had to guess. And sure, the Dodgers gave him his start, and he holds that dear, and I've seen that. But he really blossomed in Texas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just think that's where it's going to land. I mean, they have National Adrian Beltre Day. I think it's either in Texas or in Arlington. I forgot. I mean, he has so much there, and they've given him so much. I would tend to think that's where he's going to end up.
Or does he go in like Greg Maddux? No hat.
I know.
Chief, thank you for calling, buddy. We'll see you in a couple hours, huh?
See you in a couple hours, fellas.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Chief.
Great question.
I was just thinking, I have a buddy of mine. His name is Nate Miller. He does a radio show down in Arlington, Texas Rangers stuff. So I'm hoping if he I don't know, I haven't seen him jump in yet, but he follows the show. And I hope he calls in to talk about that because he's right there in Texas, in Arlington.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting if he calls in and does that.
They've got a new ballpark out there that nobody can go.
Yes.
and
Well,
see.
we have a new stadium here right now that
That's
nobody
right.
can go to.
But theirs has literally had nobody in.
Yes.
It was going to open this year, and they rushed to finish it up.
Right.
There was actually an article on or a news program about Nationals Park at the Washington Nationals, and I go back to D.C. quite a bit with my job. They, in the past few years, have really developed that area because it was near the shipping yard.
Right.
And last year I went to one of the games when I was out there, and they've really redeveloped that area so much. They were hoping for this year, especially with the World Series, and a lot of those places are already saying that they're not going to reopen because financially it's been a disaster so far.
Jeez.
So, yes.
Well, and then the Rangers are making news again yesterday. I don't know if you saw this, and not to be political or anything, but that came out of my line that now the Rangers are being approached or being asked to change their team name because of what Rangers represented back in the day as they were like bounty hunters.
True.
And they were not the best of people.
Well,
So-
obviously the Redskins have had their issues.
But Daniel Snyder's been dealing with that for
years,
10 years now
yes.
at the very least. So now the Rangers are making news about possibly name changes and stuff. So
it's
Rangers
just-
are in the news.
Yeah, let's just get back on the field and get back
Absolutely.
to life. Marcel, before Chief
Yep.
called in, we were talking about the industry and how it's changed, not really changed, but blossomed during this time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, you know what? I just think it's part of what America has done, and that's really the long and the short of it. People have had money to spend. There's been growth in the economy, and when there's growth in the economy, and people have disposable income, they have money to buy collectibles, and it's not just our industry. Just so you know,
Yeah.
I'm in touch with what happens with sports cards, wines, coins, and all those markets have experienced the same thing.
Electronics have gone, especially people working remote. I mean, you try to buy monitors or computers online or anything of that nature, and everybody's sold out.
Well, that's separate. I think that has a lot to do with COVID.
True,
With
but
COVID.
still, a lot of money
Yeah.
came from somewhere.
But there is, aside from that, in the last 6 months, there's been a big burst in sports cards. Has to do with Zion Williamson.
Oh, yes.
People are touting him as a generational player. Generational means once in a generation.
Yes.
And so that brought a lot of money and eyes to the hobby. And then COVID happened, and I think a lot of people ended up at home and
The love of sports picked up.
the love of sports picked up in a different kind of way. And for a lot of people, at least what I saw on eBay, I saw people taking their COVID relief money and buying sports cards.
Which we encourage, but we also feel bad about because they
right.
should be really that rainy
Putting
day.
food on the table.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, what do you say we step aside for a break? We're
Sure.
at the bottom of the hour, because then when we come back, I want to start going into some of the things that you have picked out, and then we can have Marcel's opinions on some of the
Absolutely.
things here as well. You are watching Power Play Sports Collectibles Show with Scott, our guest Marcel. I am Aaron, coming to you live from Go Live Vegas. We'll be back after a short break. Don't go anywhere. For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall. And welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectibles show right here on Go Live Vegas. Our phone number, 702-329-6947, which is great for questions for both of our guys up here. Marcel seems to be a walking dictionary of memory of collectible stuff.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think there was anybody that knew more than you, Scott.
Oh, there's a lot.
Because you know a
Thank
lot
you.
of stuff.
I owe you money now.
That's right. 855-502-4321. And of course, send us a live tweet right there on your screen right now. You'll see what it looks like. See that low? See, I'm getting this down pat. Look at that. It's right there. Send us a tweet through the chat room. But you know what? It would be nice if the phone rings a little more and you could talk direct to Marcel, Scott. I know nobody wants to talk to me. I'm just the host, co-host here. I don't know anything about collectibles. So
You have hats.
I do. I have hats and belts. My most prized possession belt,
Yes.
which is a talk for another another show.
Okay, I got to hear that one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big wrestling fan,
Okay.
and so
Oh,
I've purchased.
belt.
Yeah, belt. Oh yeah,
Okay.
belt. Wrestling
he
belt.
has all the WWE, and he had a
Custom made one
custom-made one.
with my logo, Aaron Phillips, the voice, and a couple of side plates.
I like it.
That's pretty cool.
I like it.
He has to defend it now.
No, I
that-
don't.
that's
I'm,
your-
I'm retiring as a champion. I'm not defending it on anybody. So.
Part of your Sunday best?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I would go more, but we'll just leave it alone. Let's get back to on topic, shall we, please? Before we totally lose control.
So-
oh, wait a minute. There seems to be a question on Twitter. I was just notified.
Yes.
Is it going to come up on the screen? Is that what you're looking at there, sir, or do you have the question? There seems to be a question on Twitter. Oh, okay.
I'm assuming wacky cards mean wacky packs.
I have wacky cards from the 70s. I've never seen them anywhere. Are they worth anything?
Okay, well, so the easy answer is you need to take those cards, you need to go on eBay,
Yep.
you need to type in the year and the title of the card, okay? So the player and the manufacturer, the year, and then on the left-hand side, there's a link that says sold. Click that button, it'll show you cards that have sold that are similar to your cards, and you'll be able to figure out what they're worth. That's the way to figure that out.
Yeah. People look at Beckett and think, and it's not a knock at Beckett or the price guides, but realistically, when you look at Beckett, it's kind of a dream because you can put a price tag on something, but like Marcel says, it's the left-hand side where you have sold or completed items that you click on that. That's what actually the value is because that's
Gotcha.
what it sells for.
Gotcha. Mr. Producer, you can erase that question, please, because that's not one that can be addressed
We're
at
gonna
this
get
time.
into, yeah,
We're not going to get into that right now. Marcel suggests not.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Thank you
News.
for Twitter. Thank you, Twitter, for sending in that question. That's cool.
Marcel's going to stay with us for the rest of the show, and we're going to just interact with him on the hobby.
Chief
First
is
of all,
threatening me again for my belt in the chat room. I don't have the belt with me. Should have brought
should
it.
have brought it.
I know.
You
Well,
could
see, I
have
didn't.
challenged one of the showgirls to pin you.
That's a different story. That's a whole different show.
I'll watch that show.
Handicap match.
I'll watch that show.
Yes.
So before we get going, I'm staring at this box over here on the the table, and I thought it was a parting gift for me, but it's not.
Oh.
But Marcel, this is one of the new
I
boxes.
do have a hug for you. So.
Okay, it's tier 1. We talked about it in last
Put it in
week's
front
show.
of the camera.
Yes, I'll put it in front
Let's
of the
put it
camera.
in front of the little camera.
Sure.
Yep.
Move the bottle there.
Yes, I'm
There you
opening
go.
up. Here we go. How does that look? I'll go left. I'll go right. There we go.
There
We
you
got
go.
that there? There we
Yeah,
go.
you're
There
up.
we go. So tell us a little bit about this. This is one of the new hot products that is out and about right now.
Yeah, it's this is a product where people are really looking to get autographs and jersey cards in it. It's not a product that has a lot of base cards or inserts and parallels. The hot rookies this year are Jason Dominguez and Bobby Witt.
Son of Bobby Witt Sr.
Yep, and then there's Yordan Alvarez, who's on the cover. When you looked at that, he's on the cover there. But so yeah, that's the big chase in those three. This product actually has bat knobs and bat barrels. So they take an entire piece of a knob and or a barrel. They insert into the card.
Yep.
If you get that card, you're very happy because
Wow.
they're very rare. So
Yeah. They're one of ones, obviously.
yeah, one of a kinds for the most part. So.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Jason Dominguez is yielding big bucks. He's almost yielding Zion Williamson bucks, And
But it could be a few years because the minor leagues, things of that nature, come into play. Very influential in baseball. Well, we don't have minor leagues. We don't have baseball this year. But where Zion, there's really it's college, and then
Right.
boom, you're showcased.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right to the big show.
Yeah. So with baseball, it could take a few years for some of these rookies to really
Right.
mature in value. So with baseball, you have to be on your game, and Marcel's the game.
But you know what? Truth be told, I mean, so Zion's cards are going for a lot more than his, but respectively, I just don't get it. People are going out, they're paying, thousands and thousands of dollars for these Jason Dominguez cards, and just like you said, it could be 2, 3, 4
years.
years before he's in the show, and a lot can happen before then.
No, people forget Bryce Harper spent a year and a half in the minor leagues
Right.
too.
Yeah. No. When was the last time anybody went right from college or high school to the major leagues? I can't think of anybody that made that jump direct.
No, because a lot of them they'll hold back because of the contract
Sure,
situation.
yeah,
sure.
Like a Chris Bryant, they held him back a little bit to play that whole contract game, which
Right.
might be like punishing them right now.
Hey, I just want to remind everybody, you'll notice that the QR code jumped up on the screen. All you need to do at any time, even through the playback, just put your phone up to that, and we'll actually take you direct to the PowerPlaySportsCard.com website, and you can see all the good stuff Scott has online that's available and make it real simple. So don't forget the QR code is available.
So let's talk about topic number 2, Mr. Producer. We'll skip 1, but topic number 2, because we talked about Zion Williams, National Treasures. This has gone ridiculous in prices. And Marcel, it started off suggested retail price about $700 a box. From
Aaron,
my
can you bring that
understanding.
picture up? Okay.
He's bringing it up now
Sorry.
as he's typing some kind of document. It's my bill actually, but needless to say, it started off at $700 a box. Now it's close to $4,000 a box.
Look at it. No, look at his monitor. Help him out.
Oh, it's the wanted. That's why I named them.
Did you give him one of these?
Yes, I did. There we go.
We talk sports.
We'll give them Cliff Notes later.
Exactly. We talk sports, but Aaron only knows a little bit of hockey. That's about it because he's from Calgary. So.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a hockey team there.
We'll forgive him.
Yeah, but the Zion Williams, we talked about that, and it's up on the screen. Blowout
Bless.
Cards has offered, this is a 101 Zion that's put in National Treasures. Without question, they will fly you there, give them the card. You're a $500,000. That's amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And all it takes is one blown knee, and that history's gone. but realistically, National Treasures is just going nuts. And I was watching eBay last night. Some of the 1 of 25 Zions and 1 of 10s are going for like $60,000, $10,000. I mean, those are car payments or full value of a car. So
I have
Yeah,
a question
see,
in the
chat
chat
room?
room.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I do. How expensive for the box, and is it a hobby box?
It is a hobby box. I'm more cued in with what wholesale is, but I'm guessing they're probably retailing for about $4,500. So $4,500 for a box
Of the national
of
treasures,
the
yeah.
national treasures. But, you know, like you said,
You pull that Zion,
you pull that Zion.
you don't have to worry about baseball cards or basketball cards, for a long time.
And if you get Morant,
Yeah.
you know, you're still looking good. But Zion is the one to be looking out for. To put that in perspective, just so you know, if I remember correctly, the biggest bounty prior to this bounty, I think was $50,000.
Jeez. And who was
So-
that for? Do you remember?
I think that was Otani about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
There was a $50,000 bounty. I think I put out a $35,000 bounty.
Yeah, you did. I remember that now, yeah.
Jeez.
At that time, but 500,000 is a big number, boys.
Jeez.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So let's jump back to the number one topic, and this is near and dear to my heart because I like the older generation, and that is the PSA graded 1 of a T206 Honus Wagner is coming to auction this summer. It is obviously, and our producer is playing solitaire on his phone. I recommend Go Live Vegas.
No, he listens to the audio.
Yes,
on his
he
phone
does.
to
I
make
give
sure.
him credit. He's
we bust his
multitasking.
chops.
He's got a little octopus-like thing going with all the, yes.
While
So
you're pulling that up,
it's
I
the
will-
old-looking card, the T206 Honus Wagner.
I'll just mention
Yes, there it is on the
on
screen.
his behalf, coming from Laredo, that Laredo United South pitcher Marco Rea was selected in the 4th round of the Major League Baseball draft by the Minnesota Twins. So shout out to Laredo, which is his home, which
Absolutely.
is where he
Awesome.
escaped from to come to Vegas.
Now, this card is this is the most sought-after and popular sports card in history, and that's because Honus Wagner was totally against cigarette and tobacco, and in the original baseball cards were in cigarette packs, and they had to pull the cards. So there was only a handful of these out there. And this had, Wayne Gretzky was an owner of one. That was obviously the most popular owner of one. But this is a graded one. Obviously, the card looks trashed, but a graded number 2 last year went for $1.3 million. The highest ever was a graded 5, and that went for approximately $3.12 million. They say this one here is going to go for approximately $750,000. Now, granted, you held this card for 100 years or had it in a box or something, but it's amazing, these numbers.
The numbers are amazing, but so put this in perspective. Recently, a Mike Trout rookie card sold for like $900,000.
Yeah.
How does that?
And you
make
say
sense?
it's not an investment.
I try to keep people, and those stories are like hitting the
Sure.
lottery.
Oh,
it
yeah,
is
absolutely.
definitely you've hit the lottery, a jackpot or something like that. Like I won a car one time.
Yeah.
But 20 years later, I'm looking for a new car.
Right.
But wait, mind you, now this is just my opinion, but in a retracted market, okay, these cards can be worth, in my opinion, 25 to 50% less.
Mm-hmm.
So buying right now, you're buying at the peak.
Yeah.
And if you needed out of one of these cards during a retracted market, not the Honus Wagner card. That's American history.
Right.
But one of these newer cards like Trout or Zion.
Otani.
Yeah,
He's had some
Otani.
tough times recently.
Well,
yeah.
that card, if they paid 50, if they actually pulled the bounty on that, it's not worth anywhere near 50.
Yeah.
So-
And that's why, I've stated on the show, use it as a hobby and enjoy it. If you have the extra tertiary dollars, and so great, have fun with it. But baseball cards were built on, bicycle spokes and
Yep.
tossing them and, sharing them, history, like you said, history with your son or daughter.
Right.
And, hey, I watched Mickey Mantle play. I was there during this. It's amazing how many people were there during Kirk Gibson's home run. I thought Dodger Stadium only held like 60,000 people. And 500,000 were there. I did watch it on TV, though. But no, the Honus Wagner's coming up for auction. Like you said, retracted market right now, and we'll see. But that is American history, and that card is just, and to me, even though it's graded 1, is just amazing just to see how baseball cards, they weren't pictures, they were like paintings at
Right,
that time, which we
right.
talked about the
Evolution
galleries,
of cards.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another thing that came up for auction is a 1960 original Raiders pennant that I saw on eBay, and this is obviously Oakland, and there it is. Their colors weren't black; they were actually blue.
Wow.
Yes. And if you notice, the original team logo, he's got a mustache.
Yeah, look at that.
And he doesn't look like, but for
It
us
doesn't
here,
look as menacing.
yeah, for us here in Las Vegas,
Right.
better learn your history.
That's right.
Yeah. And that, nothing against the fans, but learn the history of the team. I can't tell you how many times that I had people come into my store over at the Galleria at the time and asked for a Marc-Andre Fleury rookie card. And I pulled 2 or 3 of them out, and he's in a Pittsburgh uniform. They went, no, the guy who plays here. And we're like, yeah, that's Marc-Andre Fleury.
Same guy,
Yes.
just different
Yeah.
clothes.
Just know your history. The original colors were not black.
That's interesting. Okay.
And
Right
the
on.
logo obviously changed. So another investment coming to fruition is because of The Last Dance. A 1998 Eastern Finals Michael Jordan jersey could set a record. And I think he's pulling that up now. So you can see the jersey. It's been authenticated. And it was used in Game 3 and Game 4 of those finals. And the last jersey sold for $288,000 of a game-worn Michael Jordan jersey.
There it
And they
is.
say this could crush that number. And there's the jersey by
It's good looking.
Yeah.
No wrinkles.
And it's not signed either.
Wow.
That's just the
Not
jersey.
signed.
Yeah, not signed. They're saying $500,000 easy. This, especially with the over the past, I'd say 2 months, because of The Last Dance.
Sure.
Michael Jordan collectibles have not that they were dead by any stretch,
Right.
but a resurgence.
Yeah.
And people, I mean, even I would call them dollar cards, or now $5 cards. Rookie
Right.
cards have resurged, in their value, just because people are realizing history. Michael Jordan.
Can I tell you, I didn't watch 1 minute of The Last Dance.
I didn't either. I just read snippets about it.
Yeah.
That was all. Because it ended up, instead of them focusing on the season, one big backlash was that it became a Michael Jordan expose.
Yes.
For the most part. I would have liked to have seen Scottie Pippen get a little more love, but that's besides the point.
Did they talk about? I know they talked about his baseball career. Did they talk about why?
I don't. Well, again, I
think
didn't
so.
watch it. I'm sure they stayed away from that.
The inside rumor, but on bump was, it's amazing how when you're going to be suspended, you go play for the owner of the White Sox. That's
Yeah,
also
exactly.
the owner of the Bulls. Because why suspend the greatest basketball player of all time for gambling?
Absolutely.
It was during the whole Pete Rose thing, and the choices were there of, do we make him go away, or do you go play in the minor leagues for a while? Yeah, for
Holy
the
mackerel.
Yep.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
So another thing in the hobby is the Funko Pops, which I don't know if Marcel knows too much about, but
do.
I just think some of these are awesome. And one is you can pre-order on Amazon an exclusive Mickey Mouse 5-pack right now. And I tried ordering mine last night because I'm a big Disney fan, and I just think it's great. The evolution of Mickey Mouse. And it comes with the little stand and all. But from Mortimer all the way through, Sorcerer Mickey
Right.
to today, I just think it's incredible.
Yeah.
They're
absolutely.
sweet.
Some of those are pretty cool. And then also Funko revealed their new line of NFL Pops. And you can start pre-ordering those. Some of those players might look familiar to some. Some I ask, why do they have, oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry, that little screen. I'm trying to look over your shoulder. We got so many monitors in here, I don't know which one's working.
Well, eventually, for your eyesight, we'll have the one over my shoulder working
Yes.
soon. So.
But the key for me is the guy down in this picture in the lower right-hand side. He might be a good quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a reputation.
Yeah, might have won something finally. Took it away from Brady. Now, the question is, can we go back to that first picture? I saw a Tampa Bay one. Is it Brady? I did not pay attention.
Up left, yeah. That's
No, not Brady. I just
no,
saw the
that's-
helmet.
Yeah, that's the receiver, right?
Yeah.
Because he's wearing his 12.
Yes.
He got his 12s.
Yes. Why are you turning things side? Look at him. He's just,
What are we in the back cave?
yes.
I've been in talks with them. I've been trying to work something out
Get your own pop?
to get Adrian his own pop.
That's right. He
Yeah,
does not
and
have
They haven't
one.
made one of his, so we'll see where that goes.
Make it an exclusive through your company.
I know, and have it signed.
Well, have like 100 of them signed.
I know.
Do you want to take our final quick break before we go into the end, or you want to
Yeah,
go straight
well,
up?
and if anybody has any questions, please
Yep.
give us a call real quick because we've only got about 10 minutes left. 855-502-7321.
No, 432. You did that last time.
I
Yes.
got to change that.
Yes,
on
you
the
do. 432. It's right on the
432-1.
screen.
And then locally here, 702-329-6947. Marcel's here for the rest of the show with us. We'll talk about little baseball birthdays, football birthdays, things of that nature. And then we'll wrap it up maybe with a question about his new venture, too.
Right on. All
We'll
right.
be back in a sec.
There you go.
Awesome.
For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall. Hey, welcome back. Fourth quarter, clubhouse turn.
Yes.
Final 2 minutes, whatever you want to call it.
Final 10 minutes.
There you
final 2
go.
Minutes. The clock on the wall still hasn't
Well, that's
changed.
2 minutes fast, but
So-
I got it over here.
Well, we're gonna
We're all
talk.
good.
We're gonna talk to Marcel a little bit more. He's got a new venture coming out. Bylock buys boxes.
Bylock
Bylock
buys boxes.
That's a mouthful. Yeah. So he's got a cute. I don't want to. It is cute. It's a. Well, there's a picture of Marcel in a shop he once owned, and some great cards there. But he's got a logo. It's blue.
Yeah, it's on the Facebook
There we
page,
go.
But there we go. You know, the head wasn't supposed to be that big. I wanted the head to be just somewhere there, and that's the way it turned out for now. So that's what we got.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
So tell us about the new business venture.
So, I sold my shop.
Right.
But you can't take the collector out of the shop, but you can take the shop out of the collector, whatever.
Once
the
an
hell,
addict, always an addict.
There you go. So I stayed in it,
Yep.
and I'm opening up a platform. So amongst the other things I do, I'm a real estate agent, a real estate investor. I buy and sell homes. I buy, rehab, sell homes. And so I am creating a platform. Bylac Buys Boxes is one of them, but I'm creating a platform where Bylac buys everything. And I see there being a retraction in the market in the next year or so. And I'm looking to help people that are in compromised positions and need to get rid of their collectibles, their sneakers, their houses, possibly even gold and silver. And I'm going to create a platform where Bylac basically buys everything. And Bylac Boxes is just one of those platforms.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It'll all be online until around next February. Well, I'll probably be opening up a new retail location
brick and
for
mortar.
for sports cards only. Yeah,
Very cool.
it'll be cool.
Yep.
So the investment may pay off, perhaps.
There we go.
I don't
I'm
know
just
too many things Marcel has not been involved with that hasn't paid off.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
So, continuing on, let's talk about some birthdays this last week that we had. Some great names there.
Right on.
Women's basketball legend,
Yeah.
Pat Summitt,
But she was Tennessee, wasn't she?
Tennessee. Yeah.
Right on.
Actually, I spent some time in Tennessee. Went to Raw while I was down there,
Mm-hmm.
and I forget the arena name, whatever down there. But
I don't
you
know.
walk in, and the banners for the women's basketball are just, you go, holy crap, Batman.
Right.
You know, and it's amazing. And then the guys have like one, it's just all throughout the arena. Steffi Graf, Las Vegas person with, Andre Agassi.
Yeah.
Wade Boggs
Yeah,
had a
that's
birthday.
a good one.
Roberto Duran,
Yep. Not from Duran, by the way. We're talking the boxer here.
the Hands of Stone.
Just want to let everybody know that.
Lefty, Phil Mickelson.
Right on.
Another tennis player, Venus Williams. Mm-hmm. George Mikan.
Okay.
Lou Brock.
The Iron Horse. Next.
Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig.
Yeah. Some great birthdays. So if we missed it, I just pick usually
Yeah,
about,
absolutely.
a dozen of them.
What are the odds? 3 Hall of Fame baseball players with the same birthday.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That's a great point.
Yeah. Now, Marcel, when you talk to Adrian, the conversation we've had, because this gentleman's a big Yankee fan and somebody missed by 1 vote.
Yeah, don't rile me up.
That's ridiculous.
The name may never come out, but how did he not get voted?
Makes no sense.
Well, Greg Maddux to me is another one.
Yeah.
Why didn't Greg get, Greg was never in the steroid controversy. Obviously, he was an overwhelming pitcher, but he knew where to put the ball and, was always a good guy. Adrian, first ballot? I think so.
First ballot, 100%. No doubt.
What percentage?
Oh, gosh.
Putting you on the spot here. Adrian just popped in my room. He's listening.
Percentage? I'd say 99.
You think one vote, that one person's going to pull a Derek? We'll call it Derek
Pull a
Jeter.
Jeter. Pull a Jeter.
I think, there's probably a few votes you can still hit 99, right? Because there isn't just 100 voters.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two or
So-
three people you think are going to just stick
Yeah.
because they're old school and just, yeah.
They don't believe someone should be voted in on the first time, which I don't know how or why he was. Anyway, don't get me started. It's too early to get me
But
riled up.
he's about as close to Jeter as possible.
Yeah.
Well, Tony Gwynn. There's players to me that just,
Oh, Tony Gwynn.
yeah, you
He
and I,
was
we're
incredible.
good, Tony Gwynn fans also, with the Padres organization being here. I sit there and shake my head.
Got it. Listen, anytime we have a question of uncertainty, Chief is right there
Yes,
for
what
us.
Chief say?
Thompson Bowling Arena,
Yes.
and that's his alma mater.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So there you go. Thanks, Chief.
So,
Or was it Mayor Glenn Jacobs?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Kane from
Kane,
WWE.
That's right.
Go ahead.
no, so I know we're about to cue out here in a second. And I have this hanging on my wall. It's not my quote. It's Gandhi's, but I know this is a trying time.
Yes.
And I just, I love the quote and I want to say it before
Sure,
we chime out.
absolutely.
Which is, be the change you want to see in the world. And
God bless you, and God bless Gandhi for that.
Yeah.
However you want to say it, but inspirational quotes from very inspirational and historical people seem to forget sometimes.
Absolutely. All right, so we got to start wrapping up.
4 banners that let's roll through the banners, and I'll just look at the screen and we'll talk about it. Oh, yes, don't forget, today down at Versus Wrestling at the Boulevard Mall, right
the
after
Boulevard
the autograph session, Versus Wrestling is going to have a training session.
Seminar.
Yeah, seminar. So if you're interested in becoming a pro wrestler, even a child, in 12 to 16 age bracket, come on down, only $20. Down at Versus Wrestling, which is right around the corner from my store.
Which I think while we're on live at 2 o'clock, we'll probably meander down that way.
Yes, and Ricardo Rodriguez.
That's right. For those who don't remember, he was the valet, so to speak, of Alberto Del Rio.
Yes.
His personal ring
And
announcer.
in AAA Mexico, he's one of their champions, Chamara.
Oh, right on.
Lucha Libre style with the mask, and he'll be there signing autographs at my store prior, and then down at doing the seminar over at Max Pond. We got Henry Ruggs III signing on the 28th from 1 to 2:30. And what else do we have that I've missed because we got so wrapped up? An hour goes way too quick. Oh, don't forget, Sean Davari will be, we talked about that,
Yes, we did.
July 11th at my store, WWE and TNA Superstar. Saturday, July 11th.
Right on. From 11 to 1.
And better yet, don't forget, everybody should be down there today, 11 o'clock we start. We are going to be doing giveaways. We're going to be doing a free autograph session. And all items in the store, 30% off. Power Play Sports Collectibles down at the Boulevard Mall. I hope to see a huge crowd down there. Please be careful, be courteous of the social distancing. 2 of our celebrity guests, free autographs, photo ops are going to be obviously not allowed at this time. But come on, Joy, get your items signed, your books, your WWE books. If you have Lucha memorabilia, Jeff Cobb was in Lucha Underground as their champion, as Manta for a while. So come on down and enjoy.
Right on. And from 2 to 3, a combined live remote coming from the celebration between this show, Power Play Sports Collectibles, and then including Matt and Jason. Thoughts gone anywhere.
Chief will be down there.
Chief will be down there. He's already threatening me for my belt, but I don't have it, so you can't get it.
And Marcel, we've only touched a little bit about your new business and things like that. And I loved watching your videos when you did them, of the breaks and
Right.
opening $4,000 boxes of, was it the Jordan collection that was out a few years back?
yeah, there was a Jordan
Yeah,
button.
and seeing how many autographed Jordans you can get. Maybe we can have one of those break boxes here at the studio one time.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. We
There you
should
go.
open up some cards right here.
Yeah.
All right, there you
Okay.
go.
All right.
And sit there and celebrate, or sit there and go, we need
Or
a
cry.
beer and
Or
Hey,
cry.
You guys flip the bill. I'll bring as many as you want.
right,
He's buying the National Treasures box for me.
Okay, good.
All right, with that, we're going to head on out. We want to thank everybody for watching. It's another show in the can for us here at Power Play Sports Collectibles. We'll see everybody hopefully at 2 o'clock when we get down there, but get there at 11. Get in early, see all the fun, meet, get your autographs, and take advantage of the 30% off opportunity within the store for our guest Marcel, for that guy Scott, for Aaron on the board. I am Aaron Phillips. We'll see you next week right here on Power Play Sports Collectibles Show on Go Live Vegas.
Hi, I'm Wally Joyner. Listen to the Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast every week and visit the store at the Boulevard Mall.